And I'm Courtney Robinson. First, we are taking a look at the proposed changes to the Skyway fishing pier. FWC is considering new rules when it comes to what sort of fishing tackle can be used. Conservationists have pushed for the changes as they try to save hundreds of birds injured or killed every year after they're caught in hooks or fishing lines. 10 Tampa Bay's Eric Glasser has more on the results of that meeting and a reaction to the proposals.
But I just didn't get the greatest feeling from the meeting, unfortunately.
Kim Begay, vice chair of Friends of the Pelicans, says she and her group came away somewhat disappointed by Tuesday's FWC meeting.
It's very frustrating. The birds have no voice and we're trying to speak for them. And I just feel like it just keeps compromising in a downward fashion.
Begay says each year nearly 2,000 birds are injured or killed near the Skyway Pier, most entangled in fishing lines or hooks. At its regional meeting Tuesday in Jacksonville, FWC said it was leaning toward adopting a set of proposed rule changes, including a seasonal ban on multi-hook Sadiki rigs, often used to catch bait fish, and treble or three-pronged hooks. But commissioners seemed to favor what the group considered a less effective 3-month ban, rather than the year-round or even 5-month compromise conservationists had pushed for.
Because it certainly isn't fair to start with 12 months and then go all the way down to 3. That is definitely not a consensus.
The new rules will also likely limit fishing rods to 2 per person rather than 3.
Oh, no.
And require some education about rescuing waterfowl.
Right now, the data calibration is 3 to 5 years.
Captain Dylan Hubbard with Hubbard Marina says from the angler's perspective, it's a lot to ask.
People access the fishery out there on this pier for their sustenance. And in order to catch those mackerel and kingfish, you really need these sabiki rigs, these double hook rigs, these treble hooks.
But the Pelicans have federal protection and changes are coming.
You can't just put, say we have rights to fish here above all else. The birds have rights too.
Friends of the Pelicans and other conservation groups say they'll likely use this public input period to try to convince FWC to reconsider some of their suggestions. Any new rules won't be adopted for another 3 to 5 months, with implementation likely taking place sometime later this year. At the Sunshine Skyway Pier, Eric Glasser, 10 Tampa Bay.
And once adopted, the impact of the new rules would be reviewed over a 2-year period to gauge effectiveness. Friends of the Pelicans say members of the FWC Commission have an open invitation to come out to the pier and join them anytime to get a firsthand look at some of the issues that are being discussed during all of this.